people.
We're going to go and get the show started. My name is Steve Hoffa, and this is the Standing Still Podcast. We're glad to have you, that's for sure. I've got two great guests here. I've got David Rannis. He's been on the show before. Longtime friend. He's just one of those guys, man, let me tell you. And then Damasio Sanchez. He's just, I've known him since 7th grade. I've been calling him Wolfman all these times, and we'll talk about that.
Thanks for having me.
He's a hairy guy.
I am hairy. I'm a hairy motherfucker.
We'll get into it. So we were talking about dating, and you were all wiggly, David, about what happened last night. So tell me about it.
Okay, it's not related to dating, so if we're going to start there, maybe we should... Let's separate those topics. If we're going to start with my story, I got to say it has nothing to do with dating.
Go ahead and separate yourself and do your thing.
All right. So what happened last night was I went with some friends to a club, and we were supposed to see 50 Cent perform. Turns out it was his birthday.
Wait, hang on. It's 50 Cent's birthday?
50 Cent's birthday.
Oh, wow.
It was last night.
It's like bobblehead night at the Dodger Stadium. Go ahead.
Basically. And so we got to the club, and there's this like DJ, like whoever was like, opening for him was playing. Mm-hmm. And then finally at like 12:50, 50 Cent walks on stage, and I have never seen someone so visibly drunk. Like he was just his eyes were barely open. He was just like,
he's been shot 9 times.
Yeah.
That has a lasting effect on people, I hear.
He got rich, and he did not die trying. Like, he made it. So he comes on stage.
Jesus.
Yeah. He comes on stage. And he's just standing there, staring out at the crowd, kind of swaying. And then someone hands him a champagne bottle. So he like pops it and kind of sprays the crowd a little bit with it.
Right.
Then he just walked off stage and out of everyone's life. Like, that was it. He just never came back out on stage.
Didn't play anything.
No, not a single song. And they just like had to keep telling like the DJ who was opening for him, like, just keep going. Like, he's not, like, we can't get him. And then so she just had to be like, it's 50's we're here for 50's birthday, like whoop whoop, like to the point where like she started playing 50 Cent songs. So like that's how bad she was. Like, I can't let these people down. Like, they came to see 50 Cent and he's too drunk, and everyone around us was so upset, and I was just laughing. Like, I could not believe it.
I want this podcast to get so big that I can put so little effort into it, where I ultimately don't even do a podcast, and people love me for it. That's kind of where he's at.
Yeah, because I still, like, mad respect. All I could do was think it was, like, the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. Like, he got paid $25,000, I think I was told that's how much he was getting paid. It's like $25,000.
That's it?
Just a spray print or champagne.
Okay, yeah, but he was only scheduled for an hour set. And he gets, like, I'm pretty sure they get, like, free alcohol. He has his own champagne brand, so they're supposed to, like, push it. And... that's it. He literally just went there, sprayed some champagne on people, and then he left. And people like so upset, and I just thought it was like hilarious, and because I've been in the situations where like, it's my birthday, I'm just getting wrecked. And that's what he did, despite the fact that his responsibilities far outscaled mine. I'm not getting paid $25,000.
Crowd of people waiting for you to deliver.
For specifically you.
Fuck it! I'm getting hammered.
Yeah.
It's my birthday.
And yeah, so I just thought that was like the funniest thing. I've been laughing about it all day.
Question is though, did you actually have to pay to get inside?
No, I think that was why everyone else was so butthurt.
Thank God.
I'm sure everyone else
paid
was so
for him
upset.
to. I thought he was like headlining, and you paid to go see 50 Cent.
Oh no,
Well, technically, a lot of people did though.
One of the people that I went with, she's like the event manager at that club, and so
What's her name?
Chelsea.
Oh,
she just like got us in for free, and then we got to just watch 50 Cent spray champagne on people and then dip. It's like, so
this isn't the fucking Indy 500, okay? Get back out there and perform.
Yeah, basically. And everyone was just like, it was funny because like the later the night got, the angrier everyone around us was getting. They were just like, what the hell? Like, we came to see 50. Where is he? Like, is he backstage still? And I don't even know if he was. I feel like I just wish that they had just dragged him, even if he was passed out, and just dumped him over the DJ thing. Like, everyone would have been more happy with that than what we got.
The funny thing is, if you were to say, okay, Steven, let me paint you a picture. I need you to do the accent. I'm like in the middle of something, like, oh, okay. And you're like, you're at a 50 Cent deal, and he comes out and like doesn't even really play. He just sprays people with champagne. Like, you're in the crowd and you're upset. I would do that exactly. Like, what the hell? Like, where's 50 Cent? Like, where the hell is he at? That is so universal. Every single person in that crowd sounded exactly like that.
Yeah, just like that little slow kind of lower tone voice is like the just like upset and confused voice.
Yes.
How much did people actually pay for tickets? I'm
I don't
curious.
know. I have VIP access because
Oh.
I'm friends.
I'll tell you right now,
with
it's too
them.
much.
Yeah, probably.
Too much.
It was probably.
I mean, let's just be real with ourselves. How much would you guys pay to see 50 Cent?
0.
He's
Oh.
not a big fan. I'm a huge fan.
I'm not into that kind of music.
If I had to guess,
I mean, but it's
you
Fitty.
can't- if you
It's
can't- look at me.
motherfucking Fitty.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I've never met him. He's never done anything for me. I don't. Last
Hey,
song I think I heard from him, like from beginning to end, was when the candy shop bullshit. I'm getting a blowjob. I'm writing a song about it. That song came out,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, "He's the next Led Zeppelin," and I
What?
literally rolled the revolver and swallowed it, and I'm a lucky guy. David just
Actually,
goes.
no. Speaking of next Led Zeppelin, there's this new band that just came out called Greta Van Fleet. Greta
Oh,
Van
they're
Fleet?
sick.
Yeah, dude, they
They're
sound
actually
like
really good.
exactly, like almost exactly like Led Zeppelin. I definitely recommend looking into them.
Yeah.
K-Rock played a song, and I didn't hear the band, and I thought, I was like, this sounds like Led Zeppelin. It's probably that.
It might be. They just released like their debut album like like very recently.
Yeah,
and
dude.
It's like really good, and so hyping them up for free advertising. But speaking of next,
It's
Led
not
Zeppelin,
free.
that's
I'll
it.
give him an email.
Oh, right.
But anyways, so dating.
Plugging 'em in.
Damasio, did you want me? I have a story. We were talking about like
Yeah, I would
where
love
you
to hear
just do the
stories.
shitty thing. So okay, I was dating this girl for like a month. You guys know her, Samantha Rigo.
What?
Or no, Milligan. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
bro.
Jeez. No. You
I was gonna
kidding?
say, dude.
Like, how many times have I had to fix my glasses in the last 5 minutes? Like 1,000 times. There's no way I can date Samantha Rigo. So I dated Samantha Milligan. So
Anyways,
trying not to name drop. So we dated for like a month. Okay, She told me like the last like week of us dating. Oh my gosh, like I got you the surprise. Right when she told me, I was like, it's Supercross tickets. And she's like, no, they're not. And I was like, yeah, they are. They're Supercross tickets. She's like, they're really not. And I was like, can't believe you got me Supercross tickets. Like, that's the sweetest thing ever. And then we broke up like a week later. And she lived like 10 minutes. I was still living with my parents at the time. I was like 19. And I'm driving home, the 5 to 10 minute drive. And she texts me halfway home. And she's like, well, the surprise is ruined. It was Supercross tickets. Like, there you go. And I was literally sitting at the light on First Avenue going, I haven't been to Supercross in a couple years. I drive home, like the last couple minutes, pull in front of my parents' house, put it in park, and I don't turn the engine off. It's still just idling, and I idled her for like a minute. And I go, hang on, Samantha, I'm coming back. And I drive back there, and I go, I'm so sorry. And then we dated for like another month, and I went to Supercross. But
wait, but wouldn't she have given you the tickets regardless? I mean, I don't know.
No, I wouldn't if I was in her.
I mean,
position.
well,
it's not an engagement ring.
well, yeah, but like she bought them
They're
for
two
you.
$40 tickets. Yeah.
So I mean, why did she decide? Did you decide to break up with her? Or did she decide to break up with you?
I broke up with her
Oh fuck!
twice.
But you already knew they were Supercross tickets, so.
I didn't know for sure.
But you already had a good assumption though. Like I don't know. I mean, I would have just
Well, I wasn't like,
played.
I'm pretty sure they're Supercross tickets. Better ride this one out for eternity.
You should have
No, at
at
least
waited
2 weeks.
until the surprise
Yeah.
was given.
And if they weren't
Well, okay.
Supercross tickets, and
The
you just be like,
Supercross
oh,
tickets
well, it's
weren't-
over by the way.
When we broke up, it wasn't like, oh, well, there's the surprise. Tomorrow is Supercross and we're going. It was like, oh, the tickets are in a few weeks.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So,
So
you
it wasn't
still
like
had
I made
to-
up with her and then
okay.
the next night we went and saw Supercross. It
Oh,
was like
okay.
hints that we went out for another month.
Right.
Okay.
like,
It wasn't.
you like trudged through it just to make it to Super.
It wasn't that
Jesus
bad.
Christ.
It wasn't like that douchey, but if you look at the notes, hindsight, it looks that douchey. And sorry. And you should really watch it on YouTube if you're listening just to audio. I looked in the camera in a funny way. But anyways, what's your story, dude? Do you have a funny story?
Okay, I mean it's pretty funny and pretty gross, I would say. Like,
Hear it.
so
We're on YouTube.
I'm
It's pretty
terrible. I mean,
funny.
I'm terrible dater, to be honest. My last serious relationship was like 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on little dates here and there. I would say they're more just like grabbing beers type, so it's like not even an actual date. Like there's no dinner. It's
Is
just.
she describing it as a little date, or is she describing it as a big date?
I mean, well,
Are you a little date?
as in what? I mean,
Are you like a ripe grape?
what?
Or are you like a dead date? Just continue your fucking.
Yeah, I was like, wait, where are we going from this? Anyway, so
You got a little dick. That's
so
what I'm
long story short, this girl slid in my DMs like, hey, I've noticed you like through Instagram, whatever bullshit, like your content, whatever. She was like,
Wait,
that
hang
happens.
on.
No.
okay,
Hold
yeah,
the
no,
phone.
swear to God. Okay, so
Hey, I've really noticed your content.
okay, so like I'm really big into beer, right? So like
Yeah.
I follow a lot of other big beer people,
Mm-hmm.
and I've noticed her from like the last couple of years,
Right.
just from like just following her because I like her content, her posts and shit, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a cute girl, whatever. So this last year she slid in my DMs. She's like, hey, like, how's everything going? How are you? Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
We should go grab drinks. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, this is kind of weird because
Mhm.
I've noticed she was actually engaged before, like just from seeing in her like content or her Instagram, or whatever.
Wait, hang on. She was engaged?
She was engaged.
And was she hitting you up before?
No, this is after.
Okay.
So this is why I was kind of like, this is kind of weird because I noticed that she deleted her old Instagram and then made a new one.
Yep, that's the start.
So that's usually, it's like whatever. Yeah. So
You're the beginning of a new
I was like telling my friends, I was like,
first picture with Damasio.
no.
Damasio's never felt this kind
No.
of opportunity in
No.
his life ever.
I mean, I've never had my DMs slid into. I'm the one sliding into DMs, which is, God, embarrassing to at least admit. I mean, I don't do it anymore, but I've done it.
You make it sound like it's like a Tomb Raider movie, and it's like the Egyptian like door
And you
closing,
just
and she
barely-
barely slips into your DMs.
Like you
Yeah.
were about to delete Instagram, and then you saw the message, and you're like, "I'll give it another shot."
No, but regardless. So anyway, so like, whatever. I mean, if you guys want to get into like
no,
what
no,
happened,
So,
like with
okay.
her engagement.
No, that's fine.
Okay,
Let's
we
just go
can.
along the
Okay,
dating
No,
cool.
story.
I don't want to just.
So anyway, so we end up going out. It's super actually kind of awkward. I'm not gonna lie, because like we know each other, but we don't know each other.
Like
so
only through Instagram.
yeah, so
basically.
it's just
Yeah, okay.
like
this is the first time you've seen her in person.
the first time I've actually like talked to her. Like I've
Mhm.
seen her like at other beer events and shit. We just say hi, like wave, but that's it. Like
Did you wave with two hands?
no, I don't wave with two
I
hands.
love how
It's
you have to
kinda-
like do it to
Yeah,
know
like-
what I mean. Like,
yeah, like
did the two hands description not give
It's
you enough
fun,
clue?
all right.
yeah, because I mean I used to see her with her fiance at the time, like at these beer events and shit. So
Mhm.
like it was
Oh, yeah.
totally weird.
Even though it's like contractually.
And like I have no fucking game. So like I was running out of shit to talk about, and I was just like, hey, so what happened with your your engagement?
You
I
brought
went,
it up.
I went,
Yeah,
I went
that's-
straight there, like
yeah.
like date one, like, and she was like, hey, like we're just starting to talk. Like I'd rather just not talk about that, right? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't do this a lot. I really don't.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, do you have any daddy issues that we should talk about too?
Because those are really
You
important.
should just start bringing it up with a shovel. You're just.
I would
digging
say
yourself.
no, she doesn't, but.
Okay.
I mean,
continue.
anyways,
So
so
you-
so we go like the first date, we end up hooking up in my car, like
How
just
the
make
fuck-
out and
what-
shit,
Okay.
Okay.
nothing crazy, like
Just make out.
just make out, and then we end up fucking like falling asleep for like 3 hours in my car,
Okay.
which I understand like it was like 4 a.m, but no one wanted to drive home drunk, so we're
Yeah.
like, all right, we just chill in the car.
That's smart.
Cool.
Yeah.
So then we go out the next week, same old routine. We go grab dinner or like ramen or whatever, and then we grab some drinks after. So
Top ramen.
no,
Yes.
not top ramen.
Okay.
Actual ramen, delicious by the way. But we go a little further. We start like hooking up. I start feeling around a little bit. Her the same way.
Mm-hmm.
She sucks me. I finger her,
Jeez.
which is cool. Like all right, we're reciprocating.
cool.
We're reciprocating it. So like we're making sure
Yeah.
everyone's comfortable with everything.
But don't you fucking dare
Don't.
bring up her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, no, didn't do that. Obviously, we learned from my mistake.
Okay.
So the third date, which is I guess typical like or old school whatever, like third dates. I'm not saying you have to have sex, but that's just what society.
Yeah, that's I've
Society norm, but like we're trying to get past from that, right?
I've seen 2.5 Men before. Yeah, I got you.
3 dates. that's
Which
cool.
I've been saying, like in my head, I'm like, we don't have to have sex. Like if you want to, I'm not gonna say no. Obviously, like
You told her this out loud.
no, I'm telling myself in my head. Obviously,
This is a fake conversation. It's
I
just in
just,
case.
Like, yeah, you know what I mean.
You gotta be
So
prepared in case that arises.
so we're hooking up and like we start like smashing in the back of my car, which my car is like known for that.
Mashing.
I love his
smashing.
terminology. This whole conversation has
I
just
love
been
this.
great.
Well, we're
Smash.
not making love. I don't
So,
love the
like,
girl.
So she sucks me, and then the next day it's kind of we're smashing, and
Turns out like Nigel Thornberry is smashing.
Holy shit! So yeah, we're having sex. Okay, we're having sex in my car.
yeah.
So like, after everything's said and done, like, you know, I drop her off, whatever. So, like, I'm cleaning, like, out the condom wrappers out of, like, my car, you know, because
Multiple.
Yeah.
a few. And
Nice.
I notice, I look at them, I'm like, they're red. And I'm like,
Mm.
I don't remember buying flavored condoms. This is, I don't, like, what the fuck? And then I look at my hand, and it's red also.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just, you know, 2 and 2 play together. I'm like, oh my God. And then I look at my back seat, I turn the lights on my back seat, and there's fucking blood everywhere.
Wait, hang on.
There's blood
like
all over my leather
Right
seat.
out of a Dexter episode, dude.
Like,
It's just,
holy shit. Like, and then I get like the chills. I'm like, yo, I'm like covered in blood. Like, and then I look at my crotch.
Is that
like,
blood in your pants?
I look at my crotch. I'm like, there's blood all over me. Like,
it's a murder scene.
yeah. So like,
This shit
I
is
kind of
super
see.
bad.
It was funny because like she kind of got weirded out like towards the end. Like, she pretty much like
Wait,
nicely
hang on.
asked me to stop.
Weirded out.
Like, she knew she started her period, but I didn't know. So she let it play out.
How oblivious were you?
I mean,
Dude,
I
I
was
don't
drunk.
think I would be able to tell,
Yeah, I
especially
mean,
drunk, if I
yeah.
was like with
Oh,
the
you-
condom
with
on
the condom
too.
on, yeah.
Yeah,
like-
that's true.
yeah. So like,
That is true.
I didn't know, and then she kind of just like, you know, hey, nicely told me like, this is kind of weird. I'm assuming she got weirded out, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But she knew, I didn't know. It's like that dramatic irony where like the audience knows, but you don't.
Like, hey, you know what? I'm getting grossed out, and you haven't skipped a beat, so that's freaking me out.
Yeah.
Let's just stop now.
So sure enough, yeah, like my back seat is just covered with
It's
period
still
blood.
there.
No. I was like, fuck this. I drove to Walmart. I bought Clorox wipes, and I just disinfected my whole fucking
You
car.
drove straight to Walmart.
I did.
You know,
I
I
mean,
Didn't
you're
even
not
get a
gonna let
chance
it
to wash my
sit,
hands.
yeah.
Didn't get a chance to wash my hands, take a shower. I was just like, yo, fuck this.
what were people like asking when you're in the self checkout with bloody hands?
I had my hands in my pocket. I don't know.
You're like, I'm sorry, I'm a carpenter, and there's been an accident.
No, do you have? I mean, it was just spur of the moment. Like,
Hey, I got you.
I
taken care of
gotta
business.
get this taken care of now.
I love how this is gonna be one of the first episodes.
Yeah, I know. But
This
like,
is the main story so far.
and the thing is, like, she played it off so cool because like we hung out like a few months after that, kind of dated a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and it was never brought up.
So
That's it. It was just like the.
So
Like-
good for you, man. Good for you.
I mean,
but
I'm not
honestly,
gonna. Hey, so
So
You gonna
what?
pay me for those Clorox
yeah, I
wipes
mean,
or
what the
what?
fuck?
So I have a list of receipts here.
Yeah.
Should I just bill you, or what's going on?
Yeah,
So
I mean,
that's- so that's
yes.
it, though?
It was
Just
just like
now
it was
you're
just
not
like
talking?
we like me and my buddies refer to it as blood splattered satisfaction
Mm.
because legit blood. I mean, I was
I
satisfied.
will pay
I-
for you to get that tattoo.
I'm not getting that tattoo.
I will pay top talent
Yeah.
for you to get that tattoo.
Yeah, but that shit was nuts.
It's kind of gross, but I've had something similar. It was like the first or second time with this girl. When I was 16, it was the first girl that I hooked up with, and I kept my shirt on.
Oh, was it white? It was white, huh?
Yeah, a little
It
bit.
might have
Had it been a
you
white
were-
shirt.
You were a white shirt guy.
Yeah, you
for
always a
sure.
white shirt guy.
It wasn't a white shirt. It was a red shirt. But there
Oh,
was
that's
some.
lucky.
There was no. It wasn't. It wasn't that. It
Oh,
was
okay.
other stuff.
Oh, wait, what?
It was an exciting birthday party, if you know what I mean. And there was stuff on the shirt
Wait, what?
that wasn't red.
His
That-
stuff.
His
No,
stuff.
not
No.
for me.
Oh.
Her
Still
stuff?
Her stuff?
I was on my game apparently at 16. I'm not going into it any further than that. And her parents are home. So we go to walk downstairs and I'm like,
Holy shit.
what is that? Right where that's at. Right above your fucking dingus. And so I walked down there and kind of
Oh
like
my God.
shimmied my way without being seen. And then I purposely like, oh crap, like spilled a ton of water on my shirt. And I was like, let me wash this off. In reality, right in front of her
Actually
parents,
washing it
I'm
off.
washing off
Hers.
their daughter.
Their daughter, yeah.
Anyways,
Oh
we're
my
skipping to a different subject
Okay.
because
I'm sorry. I mean, yeah. I
Oh,
did
that's
say
a lot of
this,
people.
That's
this
never
goes-
bothered me. It
it
just-
doesn't
yeah,
look.
I
It
mean-
doesn't bother me at all.
It's life. I
But-
mean, it's
No, like
Biology,
some
fuck.
people are gonna watch the next video because of that story, but I feel like even more people
Or not.
changed videos because of that story.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, you can cut it and put it at the end or something. You have to open with it.
Dude. So
oh yeah, okay.
you know what dawned on me the other day, and this is like totally not dating, but I was talking to my buddy Josh, and we were talking about, you know how like a lot of, especially guys, I feel like you have those teachers, and you're like, oh, the teacher, not so much that he hates me, because those people are just whiners, but like the teacher's not a nice person, and every time when you're a kid, it's like, look, the teacher's fine, just like grow up and do your work or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever looked back and it's like, no, that teacher was just a bitch? You know what I mean? Have you guys ever looked back at any of those?
I think that the only teacher that I ever didn't really like because I thought she was a bitch, like I knew from like day one, this is a bitch, I'm not gonna like her. Like I've always been like a straight
we might have the same teachers. We might have the same teachers.
Which teacher?
It was DeRose for calculus. Like I hated her.
Oh, never mind.
And
I never got that far in math.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so check this out. I had this teacher in the 3rd grade. Her name was Miss Jacobson.
3rd grade?
3rd grade. Miss Jacobson.
You already had an idea that she was like.
I didn't use that terminology in 3rd grade, but I had that feeling.
Yeah,
You know what I
okay.
mean? That I now relate to as somebody that's a bitch.
I wasn't gonna use that word, but that's why I cut myself short and said bad lady. But anyways.
Yeah, definitely clean that up
Yeah.
for sure with Clorox wipes. So, okay, so a couple months in, I'm trying to describe who she is. I like when you're a kid, because I was still innocent, so I wasn't like, oh, I hate that girl or woman. But you know, there's not. You just, I don't know. You're not stoked to go to that class, and she had to go. Okay, so let me paint you a picture. We had to do this assignment, right? She goes, all right, class. And she like stood there like with her wide set hips with her hands behind her back. She goes, all right, class, we're going to write 1 paragraph, 4 sentences, each and every one of you, about how much and why you guys love me so much. Yeah, that's who I'm dealing with, okay? Okay, yeah, so hang on. Gets better. Gets better. I'm like the last one to turn in this assignment. 4 sentences, I'm having a hard time coming up with reasons why I love you. I'm an innocent kid. This isn't like, oh, he's just lazy, he doesn't want to turn on. This is a kid that legitimately is having a hard time coming up with 4 sentences on why you like me.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
So check this out. Miss Jacobson was a heavier set woman. The scale I've been using for a very long time is if you were to see her, because women hide their weight very well. Like if you ask a woman, she actually tells you how much you weigh. Like you're like, oh, that doesn't really mean much because you never really know.
Yeah.
Like on a scale. So my visual that I like to give people for how fat a woman is, she was laying flat on her back and had to get to fighting stance. Like, all right, go. Like, boom, fighting stance. She would either A, have to roll over and like do like the roll over onto one knee, take a breath, and then get up from that knee and then get up, okay?
I might have to do that.
She would have to have to do like the rock back and forth to build momentum and then whoop, and then get up. So she's very big. I wrote 4 sentences on why I like Miss Jacobson. I wrote, Miss Jacobson, and this is verbatim, okay? Miss Jacobson, I really like you because you can run really fast.
You did not.
I fucking swear. Hang on. Sentence number 2. Miss Jacobson, I really like you because you can swim very fast. Hang on. Gets even better. Miss Jacobson, I really like you because you can jump really high. Miss Jacobson, you're my favorite teacher in the world. I'm the last guy to turn in. Later in the day, that afternoon, she calls me over. She goes, Steven, can you please come over here? And I'm like, I don't know. It's because of that. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, what's going on? You know, I'm a free-locking little 3rd grader. And then she goes, Steven, you're going to have to redo this assignment. And it's like, oh, why? Like, you know, that like, oh, I'm in trouble as a kid. But I don't know why. Like, it's 4 sentences. What's the deal? And like,
They were all positive.
this
Like,
is exactly what she tells me. She goes, Steven, I hate to break it to you, but I can't run very fast. And I don't jump very high. And I can't swim very fast either. And I hope I'm your favorite teacher. So you're going to have to redo this assignment. And I did. I struggled. But it was just like one of those moments where, like Miss Clapperud in 1st grade, super hot, right? With the last name like Clapperud, you'd think she'd be hanging drywall or something like that. But like she's super hot. Miss Jacobson in 3rd grade, I thought she was a bitch. And yeah, still think that to this day. And if you're listening, Miss Jacobson, find me, comment on something, and I'd love to have you on and talk about it. I ended up getting switched out of that class like 3 months in because my dad, I was like not doing good. And my dad sat in and she like wouldn't even talk to my dad. But anyways.
wow.
Yeah. So you recently, or how recently did you go to San Francisco, Damasio?
I was there in March. So was that 4 months?
nice.
4 months ago?
Okay. So tell me about it.
First off, the way my Lyft driver described it was human shit everywhere. And I was like, what does he mean by that? No, you take like an hour and a half to walk to places in San Francisco. There is human shit fucking everywhere.
Because they have a massive homeless problem.
Yeah, but like I didn't think like actual human shit. Like I not kid you not, there was a fucking guy we were walking by, taking a shit on the sidewalk. Like holy shit, man! Like you can't just. Well, I don't know. I'm not from there, obviously, but no, we went for a concert.
If it was in a back seat, that kind of stuff can be cleaned up with Clorox wipes.
Yeah.
But
no,
on the
the sidewalk, you got to use
inappropriate.
a pressure washer or something.
Pressure.
Jesus Christ!
Imagine that's your job.
Just
you're like, oh, I hate my fucking job, and you have to pull that pull string. Yeah, give me another one too, would you?
Gotcha.
Okay, so you're up in San Francisco. There's human shit everywhere. What's
human
up?
shit everywhere. So like we're there for a concert for the weekend or whatever, and
Thanks, bro.
it's our last night there. I got you. It's our last night there, and I went with my buddy. He's actively on Tinder.
Mm-hmm.
And
This is your buddy Robert.
no, my buddy's not Robert. He's actively on Tinder, and so he has his Tinder profile set for 31 to 45-year-old females.
And how old is he?
It's a very
He's
specific
24,
age.
so he has it on his age as like 30, and then in his bio it's like, not really 30, lol, 24, looking for an older woman to rock my world, right?
It says that.
It says that. I've seen it.
Who is this? Is someone that I know?
I've
I don't know if
seen
you
it.
know. I don't want to name drop. Regardless, so like,
That's something that you make
Oh my
pamphlets
God.
for.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're at like our third brewery of the day. It's probably 6, 7 o'clock. So we're already all on a really good buzz or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "You guys, I got a match." We're like, "Okay, so what?" He's like, "No, like she wants to meet up." We're like, "That's cool for you." Like, he's like, "No, like I said I'm with 2 other dudes, and first of all, she asked, are they cute?"
Okay.
Swear to God. So then Jason's like, "Hell yeah, you know, we got some good-looking motherfuckers here." And she's like, "Okay, come through."
Come through.
So we take a 45-minute Lyft drive, probably like $60 or something,
Mm-hmm.
to go to, I would say, like, I don't know if you've been to San Francisco, but like you cross the bridge, like getting out of the city, and there's like those nice-ass houses like on like that little island or whatever. I don't know what you call it.
I've never been, so okay.
Yeah, so we're driving up like this fucking like mountain, I guess you can call it or whatever,
Right.
and we get there, and then we're texting her like, "Hey, we're here." She's like, "Come through to the side." So it's already kind of weird, like,
Kind of weird.
yeah.
It's either going to be like straight penthouse story or you're dead.
Yeah, okay, so we're like, okay, so we
It's
go
totally
to this,
worth it,
we
though.
go to the site, and it's like walking through Narnia. Like there's fucking like a pathway with like nice flowers and bushes and all this shit. It's like a 45-second walk to like her back house, or if it's her husband's back house, whatever. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh my goodness.
we get up to her, like we get up to her sliding door, right? And there she is, just on her bed reading a book, like typical plain Jane.
Wait, hang on.
Okay.
She's got 3 younger men coming over, and she can't put down the book. What book is that?
I don't know.
It's probably for, like,
Probably
50
Hemingway or
Shades or
something. I have no
something.
idea.
Hemingway.
She probably doesn't know how to read it.
That's some like
anyways.
heavy reading if
Yeah.
you're like for that situation.
Just
Whatever.
read
She-
the dictionary. like
She's
about
reading a
mental sweat.
goddamn book. Obviously, she's probably not reading it. She's literally just waiting. So
Yeah,
she
yeah.
wants to look like she's sophisticated or she's educated. I don't know. Whatever.
No, for sure. This
Cool
is-
though. Cool.
So continue.
Right?
Continue your porno
So-
scene.
My buddy knocks on the glass and like she just like casually just like puts the book down and looks up and like just has like the biggest smile on her face.
Uh huh.
Oh my
we're like-
gosh.
Like not gonna lie, like I'm like kind of like weirded out a little bit. I'm like, yo, I can't believe we're actually gonna
Wait, how
something's gonna happen right now.
how old was she? Or what did her account say?
Her account said 45, but I would say she was 48. She was pretty for being how old she was.
Okay.
So okay,
She was
It's-
pretty.
it's
You know, she had
you.
short blonde hair, like maybe to her shoulder length.
It's 3 of you guys.
It's 3 of us.
So 3 24-year-olds going to meet up a hot 48-year-old, and you
Actively
guys are
on Tinder.
knocking on the glass window, which is making it so much
On
funnier
her
because you're
sliding
just
door,
like,
yeah, on her sliding
"Hey."
door.
I like her casuality too, of just like kind of like just like slowly but like gracefully putting down the book and in
Like-
one motion like looking up with that smile that
Yeah.
says
like, "What's up, sugar tits?"
So she opens the sliding door and like she greets my buddy and she's like, "Hi, I'm so and so. Nice to meet you."
Just tell me your fucking name. You're not. You're
I'm just
not,
gonna,
you're
I'm
not
just
still
gonna
in
say, I'm just
contact
gonna
with
say
her.
it's Co. It's Co. Okay, I'm just gonna
Okay.
give it Co. She's like, "Hi, I'm Co. Nice to meet you." So she gives my buddy a kiss on the lips.
Right off the bat.
Right off the bat, kiss on the lips, and then he's like, "Okay, these are my friends." And I'm like, hi, I'm Damasio. Nice to meet you. She gives me a kiss on the cheek. And then same with Robert. He gives him a kiss on the cheek.
Okay.
So, like, it's like small talk for, I kid you not, like a minute and a half tops. And then my buddy and her just start hooking up. Just like, off the
Right there.
Right
like,
there. Just back.
You guys are just standing there watching.
Yeah, like, just like, alrighty. Like,
Making out. Like, just hardcore. So, what the weird thing is that,
This is so great.
so it's like her, I would describe it as like her downstairs, like, house. Like, there's like a, like her bedroom, obviously, like a little kitchen or whatever, and then like there's a hallway and then like 2 doors or
It's
whatever.
like a guest house.
It's like a guest house, pretty much.
Okay.
But the thing is that
Bangapalooza.
there's 2 chairs next to, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, the wall's right here, the bedroom's right here, and then there's 2 chairs along the wall.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's like
That's guest seating.
It's guest seating, right? Or what? I mean, I guess I don't know.
That's where you guys sat.
That's where we sat. So I was like, okay. And to top it off, there's a mirror like on this wall that looks. If you look into it, you see exactly what they're fucking doing, right?
Wait, hang on. So you have to look in the mirror to see him? Or
I mean,
are you in the same room?
I'm in the same room, but I'm in the different room. So I'm not in the bedroom technically,
Gotcha. But you can.
I can see clear as daylight.
Everything.
Yeah, like clear as daylight.
Oh my God.
Ain't nobody that I know that I would like to have a conversation with would look away from that mirror.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah, not a
You're
single
like,
person. You had to be
I
like,
can't look at it, but you're staring for
just like,
like hours.
this is
at a time.
terrible, but like.
so yeah, so I'm like, okay, they're hooking up. I gotta take a piss. Regardless,
Okay,
I gotta take a piss. So like, I go and take a piss, and I'm just like evaluating my life. Like, yo, what am I doing right now?
Evaluating my life.
just
what
like
the
holding
fuck
his,
am I
he's
doing right
holding
now?
his
You can-
dick like, what am I
You
doing?
feel like all 3 of our credit scores are definitely trashed. For
Like,
sure.
okay, so like, I get out, I'm taking a piss, and like, my buddy and her, they're full blown naked. Like, he's getting sucked off.
I love the full blown.
Yeah.
Like,
Not.
no,
Oh, he was getting blown.
No,
fully.
no pun intended, but yeah, full blown naked. Like,
Full blown.
and like, we're just sitting there like, fuck, like me and Robert are like, dude, what are we doing here? Like, this is so weird.
Yeah.
And like every so often, I'm looking in the mirror, and my buddy's making eye contact. And he's just like, yeah, you know, like, and we're just like, routing him up and shit. So then like they start like
It's like a fucking pep rally.
yeah, they start like having sex and shit, and like it's just funny because like technically, if I look left, I can't see him, so I just hear like
Oh my gosh. You're
Yeah.
listening to the soundtrack
exactly,
of
And
this guy sowing his wild oats.
yeah, and I'm just like, yo, what am I doing here? So then like maybe like 15, 20 minutes into it, he goes, hey Demo, you gonna come in and get some of this? And I'm like, fuck it.
You did it.
You did?
I dropped straight to my
How
boxers.
long was that hesitation?
Like 4 seconds.
4
Yeah.
seconds.
His slightly drunk brain was like, I don't know.
See,
I mean, I could.
there's
Isn't that weird? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like those are the
I'm
4
thinking
thoughts in those.
Yeah,
4
so-
seconds, or like a pickup game when you're like 10, like 4 Mississippi's, like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3.
No,
like when
like,
you're going to like sack the
if-
quarterback.
Like from right now to right now. That was like
Quick
my quick
decision.
4 seconds. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like,
just-
all right, cool. Fuck it. So I get naked,
Here comes
and then, like-
gonorrhea.
and then
Yeah. that's so-
Bring on
I
the
made
gonorrhea.
sure I brought a condom. Okay, I made sure I brought a condom.
He was
Yeah.
prepared.
Regardless, so like,
Yeah.
so my buddy's like hitting it from the back, and she starts sucking me. So we're just like, yo, we're literally DPing this chick technically.
Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel
Please
Tower,
tell
yeah.
me you
Okay,
did the
so
Eiffel-
this is a good part. So, like, we're
When
like,
the fuck did I start running a sex show? I love it. Don't stop. But
okay, so anyways, like,
my family's
I'm getting sucked for like,
They should
Christmas
skip
Eve.
the first
Christmas Eve.
episode.
They're gonna-
Christmas Eve is going to be so brutal.
they're gonna. I mean,
Oh
I
my
hope-
gosh.
Don't tell me you
Anyways,
posted an episode till
yeah.
like the
They
second.
all
Yeah.
listen to it.
this is like,
Some of them
what,
did.
anyway, so like 10 minutes into it, she's like, "Do you want to switch?" And I'm like, "Let me go grab my rubber." You know, like all like,
Let me grab my.
like all
I
casual.
love the
like,
head bob.
Yeah,
Like,
let me grab my rubber.
right? Like when somebody starts turning on that old song,
So-
like, let me go grab
I
it.
put my condom on and we started having sex and shit. And my buddy now getting sucked. And then this is from what Robert said. Robert said he was looking through the mirror,
Yeah.
and I guess at one point my buddy went to go like high five us, but I never looked at him because that's kind of weird, right? Like you don't do that. So like I was just into like doing what I was doing, and he
Right.
he was like got super sad because I left him hanging technically.
So he was out there by himself now, yeah.
So Robert's just chilling there by himself still, and then we're like, hey,
Tell
Robert,
me he's reading the book now.
no, he's
I feel like I would have been at that point. Like,
It's like a
what
doctor's
is
office.
So
There's
yeah.
a stack of magazines right there you can read. Feel free.
Yeah, so like he eventually comes in and he just like he gets sucked too, and then like 7-8 minutes later she turns over for him to bang her. He's like, nah. Like, physically just says, nah, and just walks away.
I'm so in tune with that man.
Yeah, like.
I'm surprised he even allowed the suck.
I think it's because of, if you want to be honest, it was, I'm not saying peer pressure, but just situation. I think he wanted that experience a little bit. At least we can talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody
have
like,
that, like
yeah, like you know.
Everybody
what I mean?
wants to be Charlie Sheen, and then you get into it, and you're like, I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, I
don't want to do this.
Yeah.
So it was weird though. I'm gonna let maybe this is another time Robert can actually elaborate on his part of the story. But like the fact that she had like 2 chairs in like a waiting room was like, yo, this girl has done this before. The fact that she was down.
This is more organized than the DMV.
Yeah, dude, she had the book, like the whole book thing, like that alone is like
it wasn't her first rodeo, essentially. So
rodeo.
The story gets better. So I actually leave.
It's better.
Rodeo. Full blown. Close her off. We're at the rodeo.
Yeah.
So I leave my sunglasses there at her house.
Oh my God, Dima.
Those are gone.
Yeah, that's where you cut your losses.
No. You would think they're gone, but they're not gone.
They're not.
So
I'm wearing them right now.
I asked my buddy.
Roller coaster of emotions.
I asked my buddy for a number. Like, hey, can I have her number? I'm gonna see if she can mail my glasses to me back.
Yeah.
So I text like, hey,
she seems like a straight up.
This is Damasio. Like,
we met.
I actually left my sunglasses.
We met before. Yeah, like describe it.
I actually left my sunglasses at your house. Like, if it's not too much of a bother, would you mind sending them to me? And then she replies like, hey, baby, yeah, no problem. Just let me know where you live and I'll send them to you.
Like, here's my P.O. box.
Yeah. I'm like, sure. Sure. But, okay, so she sends me like a week later. I didn't give her last name. So my mom says, or she texts me, she's like, hey, you have a package in the mail. I'm like, oh, it's on my sunglasses. I'm like, oh, is it my sunglasses? She's like, hold on, let me open them up. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. And she's like, by the way, she's like, who's Damasio Foursome?
Oh, my God.
And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, it's addressed to Damasio Foursome. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. She's like, that's
like,
weird.
Try to stone
That's
face
weird.
it.
And my mom was just like,
what does that even mean?
Yeah, we should
like,
investigate this.
I have no idea, Mom. Like, I just left them at a friend's house, and it's like it was a joke or something. I don't know. And she was like, yeah.
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 Like,
And then I was just like, whoop, didn't reply to that. I haven't talked to her since about it.
How long ago was this?
3 months ago or 4 months ago.
That was
back
it.
in March.
Dropped it, and then
It's funny because every time she sees you, you're in a foursome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's thinking like.
She's thinking.
But she has no idea there's a middle-aged woman.
Yeah, she also doesn't know that it was the
Until
3 of them and one girl.
Oh, no, she had to have
High-fiving.
known because I did post a selfie of us in San Francisco
with her.
during that. No.
Oh, okay, I was like, that
Hey,
was-
Mom, this is the girl we had a foursome
it just
with.
says like, just bang the bejesus out of this girl. Like
At
that's
a
what
co.
you're.
Yeah,
At a
seriously.
I love that her name's Ko.
Yeah.
Ko is such a like nice.
You
Like,
could.
oh, I met this girl named Ko when I visited Japan. She was the sweetest woman. Not I went to San Fran and banged the bejesus out of this 48-year-old hot.
She could have been a gilf.
Essentially,
I have no idea.
she
Or she
could
could have
have
no
been a
kids.
gilf.
I have no idea what she was.
There's some guy on his private plane that paid for that house, guaranteed.
I mean, for all I know,
Yeah,
her husband just
Jesus.
cuckolding, just literally just
He's
watching
like
us.
through the window.
yeah,
like,
just watching us. I don't know.
Like
People are into that shit.
up into the trees, like
Oh,
just with
God.
binoculars.
Yeah, like you have no idea.
So
terrible.
you know,
But great, but terrible.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a reckless year so far. I mean,
It's
calculated,
been a reckless-
calculated, but
It's taking a lot of calculated risks.
yeah.
like you come in and it took you those 4 seconds were you googling like STD statistics?
Like in his brain, probably. He's like, well, I got like an 80% chance I'm cool. Like I got a rubber, whatever. Like,
20%.
I
glory,
went and got checked out the next week, and I was fine.
yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, so I'm responsible.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Why wouldn't I? I mean, I don't know her.
No, I totally get why. I'm just saying, like, good on you.
Yeah.
I have this story. Very few people know about. I'm super embarrassed. So I'm not embarrassed. Like I'm not like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing. But like, I'm really ashamed because it's like so like, wow, you really went for it, and it's pathetic. Sarah, cousin, sorry, like really a lot. But anyway, so I was 21. I think so. I just moved into this pad that I'm living in right now. I was like really stoked. Like, hell yeah, I got a good buddy like as a roommate, and he's not gonna be here a lot, you know. So like, it was like the joke, like now, like hell yeah, dude, like can I have chicks over all the time, dude, because I'm really attractive. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude.
Hey, you're 7.4. That's really good.
That's true.
That's
yeah.
good.
Was that like an official rating? Who gave you that rating?
Oh,
That's
there's
the
a
average,
previous episode. I went out to 19 different chicks and asked
That's right.
where I was at scale 1 to 10, and I averaged
Dude,
all out.
7.4 is pretty good.
That's
Market
really good.
share value, I'm a C minus.
Okay,
7.4.
that's not.
I
market
get
But
it.
if you round it up, you
Look
might
at-
be at mid C at 75.
Also,
depending on what
Look
kind
at-
of
I
teacher
get
you
it. I get it.
I feel like
I
in the
get it.
terms of physicality, 50% is
Go
a C.
look at it, or go listen to it. It's on iTunes, just the audio. But anyways, okay. So my buddy, who I'm not gonna say his name, but my gosh, this guy can pull women. This guy can pull women. He's a year younger than me. So I was 21. He's probably like 20. He was going to school. And he's like, hey man, I got these 2 girls. I've already had sex with one of them. I was like,
Is he
oh,
going for number 2? Like,
well, I was like, oh, dude, are they hot? And he's like, like they're like, I was like, well, like, are they down? It was totally like kind of serious, kind of a joke, like, oh, dude, like we can have a foursome. Like, how sick would that be, bro? Like, oh my gosh. And so I invite him over, and it was like my first time having people over to my place, right? And I don't make a lot of money, you know, and especially back then, and so they come over, and I'm like maybe 2 months into living in this place. So I'm like, okay, don't, and I like just got these couches to like fill out the, I'm like, don't fucking spill on my shit, you know, like being nice, like I'm not being weird, but like in my mind, I'm like,
Yeah.
please don't, like, I have very little, and like what you're sitting on is pretty much all of it, you know what I mean? So, God, that sounded, somebody's gonna
don't
ruin
fuck
me in
my
the
shit
comments
up.
for that.
Please, just don't fuck
that
my
was
shit
a
up.
perfect quote to take out of
Yeah,
context.
cool. So, anyway, so they come over, and they are very, they were 18.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
so they're a couple years younger, and they were like fresh into college. So he's like 20, I'm 21,
Okay.
and I remember I was like super like into like when I was 21, I was like, dude, I need to like be looking ahead and like get my career going and like blah blah blah, you know, like 18 seemed like such a little kid, like right out of high school, because it kind of is.
Yeah.
If you're a mature 21-year-old, an immature 18-year-old seems way less than like 3 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, they come over, and there's one that's like 4, and one that's
Is that like a nice 4? Like she has beautiful personality.
look at you're trying to look at the bright side.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to look
take
at.
the 4 and just power through.
all
There's
right.
a 4
There's a fucking 4.
and a on the bright side 5.
Oh
Okay.
shit.
So a 4 and a 5. The 5, my buddy's already hooked up with. So he's like, I don't want to hook up with her again. Like, I'm going to try to get the other one because my buddy's
He's
like,
ambitious.
he's in it for the sport at this point, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's literally like no trouble for him. So I'm like, all right, well, he's going to hook up with the lesser of the 2. And so they come over, and I'm like trying to be a good host, and, you know, like, I'm kind of I don't really know how do I put it? Like, I'm not like, let's fucking raid. Like, that's not me. So,
Yeah.
in like literally when they're coming over, it's gonna be like, let's see. Like, the whole goal of the night is let's see if we can land a foursome, right? As douchey as that is, okay. And like, dude, I'm a nice guy. Like, I'm not gonna rape these women. Not that I'm strong enough, anyways. But anyway, so like, so
Jesus.
they come over right away. I'm like, these women are annoying the fuck out of me, dude. Like, they're just annoying, young, immature women. And then like one of them is like, hey, let's play beer pong. I'm like, we don't really have like a spot to do it. Like, I have a dining room table, but there's like not really in a room, and I'm not gonna put it on the carpet and like spill all over the carpet. She's like, no, like, let's do it. I'm like, fine, fuck it, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like, whatever to make you happy. So we start, and then of course 10 minutes in, she spills all over the carpet, and then I'm like, okay, great. And then it's like, hey, let's play. You're not gonna really know where we're going with this, but let's play strip beer pong, dude. And I kind of have like a hairy chest, and, you know, I manscape a lot, but back then I was like, hey, maybe she's into it. And so like we're playing, and my shirt comes off like right away, and I can hear the ugly one who's annoying me the most. She's like, ew, he's hairy.
Oh my God.
So now she's annoying me, and they're not attracted to me.
They're
Like,
insulting
it's
you.
literally,
in your own
I'm
home.
literally standing there, like, the only reason why you're here is because we're trying to have a foursome. And you're like, I literally kept
The
looking at him. I'm like,
audacity.
dude, like, let's just tell him to get the fuck out of here. Like, that's where I'm at. Like, I'm so over this. And we keep playing. they finally, like, after a long time of, like, oh, my gosh, we don't want to do it, blah, 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 whatever. We're playing strip beer pong. They get down to, like, their underwear and, like, their bra. And it doesn't get any better. Like, it's not like, oh, she's kind of ugly, but, you know, once she takes off her stuff, she's kind of nice. But no, it's like strong 4 and a strong bright side 5.
Holy shit.
And I'm standing there in my underwear. I may have been in the worst shape of my life with the most amount of body hair in my life, and I could see the disgust on especially one of them's face. And I'm standing there like, I'm the guy that just owns the casino that's not getting his cut. You know what I mean? I'm just like, yeah, I live here. And I could tell you guys are way more attracted into my friend, but I need a cut because I own the place, or I live here, and, like, you know, none of this would happen without me. Like, where's the house's cut? Like, literally, that's
a little bit.
That's
please.
how I feel.
House always wins, damn it.
Yeah. Okay. We end up going into my room. You know, I don't know how that awkward, like, oh, let's go into the bedroom, and then they just kind of whatever. So we're all in a room. I have a California king-size bed. We're all pretty buzzed at this point, okay? The one that my buddy is supposed to hook up with, the 4, she's, like, passing out, okay? And I already told my buddy, like, beforehand, I was like, dude, I'm not going to lay there while you hook up with a chick and then just, like, leave you to hook up with a chick in my bed. Like, that's not happening. Yeah. I will call that, like, oh, you know, be a bro. Like, go fuck yourself. Get the hell out of here. Like, I'm not doing that. So I'm laying all the way on the edge of the bed, like as far on the edge of the bed as I possibly can. And then it's this girl that I'm supposed to be hooking up with. She's making out with my buddy that's on the other side of her. And then the other one that's passing out is against the wall, like just passing out. So I'm literally laying there, like listening to my buddy make out with a chick and another girl pass out. And I literally was like, it's over. Like, I have had it since minute one.
Wrap it up, yeah.
Like, they've annoyed me the whole night. Nothing's happening. And I'm just, like, standing there in my underwear. I get out of bed, and while he's making out with her, he gives me, like, the, like snaps my fingers, like, no, like, lay back down. Like, lay back down. Yeah. And he whispers into her ear, and then he says something into her ear, and then she just starts coming on me. Hang on. I found out later, please forgive me, family. I found out later, my buddy said, hey, you're going to, like, hook up with my buddy. And she's like, well, can I hook up with you, too? And he's like, yeah, we'll hook up, too. So, like, I felt like such a, like, lawyer, like, I got you, like, on, like, a because you want him.
On
like,
a technicality.
Yeah, like, I got you on a technicality. So she just starts, like, making out with me and stuff. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm, like, not into it. And then the girl is like, the girl that's passing out, she's like, oh my gosh, like, you're such a slut. And I'm like, just standing there like, this is so screwed up.
Yeah, like,
this
how
is
did
so,
the night
like,
get
not
to
what I
this
want right now.
point,
Yeah. Like, when you tell if I started the story right now, people would be like, how does that even happen?
Yeah.
And so my buddy, like, turns to go, like, start screwing around with the other one, and she's like, she's out. She's passed out. So now it's just one girl like making out with me, and I'm just like awkward, like not into it at all. And then so we start, but I continue
because he's a gentleman, damn it.
Because whatever. And I'm super super ashamed of this. And then so now we're like kind of hooking up, me and my buddy, with this one girl, and then the other girl is like waking up and then going, like, passing back out. So we have to, like, stop every 30 seconds. And then she ends up leaving the room, and we have to, like, keep checking on her. Because I'm like, dude, she's fucking throwing up all over my couches.
Oh, my God.
And then I'm like, hey, like, are you okay? Like, if everything's fine. Like, I'm like, she's going to throw up on my bed. You know what I mean? I'm like, if you're feeling sick, like, just let me know. She's like, I'm not feeling sick. And I'm like, all right, like, you're being a bitch. Like, just, I'm trying to help you right now. And anyways, I, like, left. I was like, I'm not into it. And I've been half the man ever since.
I mean, did your buddy at least?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he ended up hooking up with that girl.
God damn it.
I was like, dude, how do you, like, I was not into it, like, at all. Not into it. It was so weird. And he ended up hooking up with her, and it was like, and then they ended up leaving.
Not on your bed, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
what a, you're a fucking friend.
After specifically saying, like, nah, damn, that would have been.
It's a great friend.
Like,
it was one of those things where it was like, hell yeah, we're going to have a foursome because I think that's what's cool, and, like, that'd be down. And then I got into it, and I was like, now I'm a 7.4. I was easily at the most 6 back then. I've gotten better looking. And my buddy is a straight 8 or 9. And so it was so obvious of like, they just want to hook up with him.
Mm.
And I'm just the guy that's standing at the gate waiting for my lunch hour. You know what I mean?
Oh,
but they got to go through me. And it was so...
It's more like you're a payroll. And like
I literally
they gotta,
felt... I was like, they literally don't even want me here. And I don't even want them there. But here we are. Like, it was so bad. So bad, dude. Oh, my gosh. But...
Do you still talk to that buddy by chance?
Oh, yeah, he's like a great friend. He's a super cool guy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's a super great guy. And I remember the one that was fooling around with us, one that didn't pass out, I think her name was Katie. I remember I didn't know her last name. I didn't put foursome, but I put it in my contacts. It's like, if I ever get a girlfriend, she's going to be like, who the hell's Katie threesome? I put Katie, the number 3, and then like addition or something like that. Like,
That's not that clever.
I
Some.
knew what it was, but nobody's ever going to crack that code. Anyways, I remember I had a low moment like 3 months later, and I texted her. I was like, why don't you come over for dinner? And like, I'll totally make you dinner. She's like, that's so sweet. And I was like, that was way too easy. I'm not going to hit you back up.
You know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
No, like a challenge at least.
That's rough.
Anyways, I'm not invited to the Christmas Eve party. What are you guys doing for this Christmas Eve? Because
You can come over to my house.
Yeah, I
Jeez.
don't really have
It's
any
cool with me.
plans.
We'll have the carne asada and everything.
David,
Oh.
I got dinner with Damasio like a week ago when I was like, hey, like I haven't seen him in like a year or two, and I was like, hey, let's meet up for dinner and like we'll talk about doing a podcast or whatever. He started the story, and I told him, you shut that hairy little mouth because I want to wait for the podcast. You walked in on some girl in the bathroom. Dude.
Yeah.
Start at square
Okay,
one.
so, I mean, going over to a buddy's party, and I'm already pretty, like, lit because we came back from the concert before.
Don't
and-
say lit. Yeah, you're too good for that.
Yeah, okay, so I have a good buzz. Good buzz.
That a boy.
Is that better?
That a boy.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have said lit. It's kind of weird. So, like, coming back from the show with a good buzz, you know, we started drinking more there, and, like, you know, once you get to that point, you got to take a piss.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I go to the bathroom and knock on the door because that's the polite thing to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I hear hold on. And it's like, okay, maybe she's taking a shit or changing a pad, whatever. I don't know. So it's like,
Those are the only two options.
yeah, so it's one or the other, right? I mean, her piss is not going to take that long,
'Kay.
regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting there patiently. 10 minutes goes by, and she's still in there. So I'm like, hey, can you like hurry it up? I gotta go to the bathroom, and they only have one working bathroom. Like the other one's in the master bedroom with her, which her parents, right? So like,
Right.
it's off limits, obviously.
And the mom is like a 48-year-old chick,
Yeah, I'm like,
right?
so like, can you hurry the fuck up, like nicely? And
Yeah.
she's like, make me, and I'm like,
So wait, hang on. She said make you?
make me hurry up, like as if I'm gonna do something to her or whatever. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm already pretty drunk, so I'm like, all right, cool. So I fucking open the door. I'm like, yo,
All right, cool.
you need to hurry up. And she's just there, like sitting on the counter, like texting or whatever. And I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom. Like, do you mind like getting out? She's like, no, I'm fine right here. And I'm like,
Cool.
all right,
Whips it. I would have just been like,
okay,
I'm surprised you
so
waited that
I'm
long.
like, okay, well,
honestly.
I'm gonna use the restroom right here. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, okay, and I'm like, okay, cool. So like, I kind of like put my back to her, you know. It's like I don't want to like, you know, show her my genitalia or whatever.
Back that sweet ass.
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
like
Yeah.
I'm taking a piss, and then like I'm just like I finish whatever, and then we just like kind of start talking and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it kind of got to, but like we started hooking up, and then
She was waiting.
Okay, wait, hang on.
She was
Yeah.
actually waiting for
remember
him the whole night.
You started the story, and I think this is where I stopped you when we were at dinner. You went from like, yeah, I went in there to take a piss, and I like backed up, and then we're like hooking up, and they're like,
yeah, so like
where is that bridge?
Yeah.
so we
What
just,
is on the
okay,
bridge?
so like I finished, I was washing my hands, and we just started talking. It's like
So you took a piss,
yeah, so I'm
turn
washing my
around,
hands.
and you're like,
Wash my hands, and we just like start shooting
Yeah.
the shit,
Who you
shooting the shit,
texting?
whatever. Yeah, just like I don't know, like I was just drunk conversation, whatever.
drunk conversation.
Yeah, so like
the best.
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, it's a little hazy, but we start just like
It's
you know
a
hooking up or
little
whatever,
hazy.
and then like she starts like you know groping me, like reaching for that. So I was like, you know what?
Mhm.
When in doubt, whip it out. It's either gonna be one of two things. She's gonna get grossed out, or she's gonna be like, yo, what's up with that? You know what I mean?
What's up with
You-
that?
I love how like one-dimensional his thinking. Whether it be in San Francisco or now, it's like she's either gonna get grossed out or she's gonna be super into it. And then with the other one, there's like 4 seconds for you to decide. Hey, I'm either gonna get an STD or I'm not.
Yeah.
So let's just go for it. So like, you know,
Okay, like you said later, or earlier, calculated risk, right?
Yeah,
calculated risk, bro.
Calculated risk.
That's the theme of the podcast.
Calculated risk
this evening. But yeah, so like, she like grabs into my cock and she's like, I want it in me, and I'm like, oof.
What? Okay. Scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah, it's like that. Like, ooh, I don't know.
Okay, so she's like 19 or 20. She's 7 or 8. She's a pretty girl.
7 or 8.
Like, she has no business with me at all.
Well, hang
You're
on.
a good looking guy, man. Don't
No,
say
but
so
like,
You run a great liquor store. Okay. Great liquor store.
well, it's actually 7-Eleven, but anyways.
So okay. All right. So she clearly, this might be her first time judging by how timid she is. I'm just kidding.
I have no idea. But yeah, so she grabs me and she's like, you know, I pretty much like, I want it inside me. I want it. I'm like,
Right.
What was your name again?
I don't know the name. Whatever.
Did you wash your hands?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm so excited right now.
no, so it was just like, okay. I did think for them, like, okay, one, I don't have a condom, so this is gonna be really weird. I don't know her, and I mean,
a lot of no's being checked
yeah.
right now.
So
this is where the calculations take over the
but
risks.
I'm drunk
Yeah,
and I'm drunk and I'm horny as fuck. So I'm just like, I just might take this out. I'm not sure. And then sure enough, I hear like pounding on the door, like, "Hey, what are you doing in there? We gotta go." Blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, oof.
Y'all gonna have to
We're
wait.
not. This is probably a sign that we shouldn't do this. And I'm like, we should just probably leave the restroom right now. She's like, you're probably right. I'm like, okay, cool. So we walk out of the bathroom and they're like, what were you guys doing in there? I'm like, I was helping her. I don't know, unclog the toilet. Fuck, I don't know.
Right.
Mind your own fucking business.
Yeah. It's like, I think you already know.
Yeah.
You just want me to say it.
Yeah. So it's just, I
Yeah.
mean, it didn't get that far, but I mean, I can only imagine if her friend wasn't there. I don't know. I might have a different story.
Yeah.
I might have a different story. I don't know, but
That was pretty intense. I walked it.
You
like,
were this close
Also-
to getting chlamydia.
You also did not calculate that risk at all. Like, I would have been standing at that door thinking of the negatives.
Leave it
like,
to David to like, well, your math is
It was
way
horrible.
off.
I'm not great at math.
Because if she was not into it, let's say you
Oh, yeah.
you pull the whole like whip it out when in doubt, whatever. Like, okay, you whip it out. Now her story is he walked in on me when I was in the bathroom and told him not to come in, and then pulled his.
I was
Yeah.
going to bring up the same thing.
Yeah, so
right now, it's like, oh my
you
gosh, I
can't
had
do
this
that.
funny story. You
Can't do that.
get
yeah.
on like
Dodge-
MTV.
You
can't do that.
Neo'd
It's rape.
Yeah, I know.
That was the Matrix.
So I'm
right
glad
there.
this happened like 3 years ago, 3 years ago. But I'm not saying I'm proud of it. I was a piece of shit a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Like
Weren't
no
we all?
fucks,
That's fine.
no fucks. You know, no fucks given.
Look at you, learned a lot.
Yeah, live and you learn. Learn from my mistakes.
You've been learning a lot.
Yeah. So obviously I
We
wouldn't do
all
that
have.
now because technically, you can get in a lot of trouble for that shit. I mean, look at everyone who's getting in trouble.
Look
that.
at it sucks. He's like, yeah, she obviously wasn't fighting it, or she's the one who instigated it, the whole thing.
It
But
could have sucked, but it went well. Now it's a great story. That's
Yeah,
Like the,
so I'm-
that's
I'm-
the
I-
nice little
You-
I
package of it.
appreciate that it went well.
I think you took it
unfortunate-
to the perfect level of it's a great story, but you didn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, there was no losers in that story.
And there could have been.
Yeah,
There could
no.
have been.
Oh, that could have went really wrong.
Yeah.
Totally.
Really wrong.
Totally.
But good for you. That was
But good on you, mate.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
I don't know, I guess I don't know. I guess I kind of put myself in those situations, not knowing it maybe sometimes, but I don't know. I'm all about experience, I guess you can say.
Speaking of bathrooms, I had this happen to me this last week. I'm working on this TI job. I'm an electrician as my day job for everybody that doesn't know me. I'm working in Century City, and I'm working on like the 18th floor. And when we have to go to the bathroom, we have to go all the way down, not just to the lobby, but like one below, underground, where there's like, I mean, they're nice bathrooms, but they're underground. Well, a lot of guys go down there. A lot of them just to waste time in construction or whatever. But there's one urinal, 2 stalls. Okay, I'm in the elevator. There's nobody else in the elevator, so I'm like, cool. There's probably maybe nobody else in the bathroom. And I'm like, the thing where right as the elevator door goes to close, somebody's like, oh, hang on, hold it, and throws a hand in. You're like, oh, welcome, like, come on in, you fuck. You know what I mean? And it's a carpenter, and he's like this older white guy, high 40s, and he's a journeyman, or no, he's a foreman or whatever. But he gets in, the door closes, and I'm just like standing there by myself, like alone with him. And he goes, like, no instigation. I didn't say anything. He goes, oh man, I got to take a poopy. He just says that. Okay, his name is Dennis. For anybody that if that adds
Sounds
to the
like
story.
something Dennis would say.
And I just go, yeah, for sure, dude. Because I'm also going down to do the same thing, to be honest. But I don't announce it. Like, oh, man, I got to take a poopy. So I'm just staying there like,
dude.
yeah. And we're all sweaty and dirty and everything. And so we go down there. And now it's like, do we do the brisk walk to see who gets there first in case there is, whatever? I let them have it. So we go down there. Now we're staying there. Both stalls are filled, okay? And then like a minute after, one stall comes out. Or one of the guys comes out of the stalls. I let that carpenter dude go in first. Are you guys like, hey, I'll wait until people leave, or no shame?
No shame.
No shame.
I'm
For
taking
sure.
if I gotta take a shit,
Okay.
I'm taking a shit.
Here's the thing.
I love how I just like blew the top off a volcano. David's like, okay, hang on. I've got notes written down. Go ahead.
Okay, so if it's an all-guy bathroom, for sure, no shame, because I don't care. Last night, I went to take a shit, and it was, like, after the club had closed, and then, like, it was, like, sort of in the private bathrooms, or, like, the after-party room, I guess.
Want to hand me water, Damasio?
It was, like, the after-party room. So I go in there, and then, like, a girl walks in and, like, goes into a stall next to mine, and then I was just like... It's over. I'm not going. Like, there's no way. I'm not.
I'm at commitment level.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I had to go so bad, and that was it. I just like shut down. I was like, I can't. There's no.
Shut down.
I knew that it was gonna be a bad one. Like, you had that feeling in your stomach. You're like, this is it. Like this poor bathroom. Like, luckily it's a guy's room, and then it was just like because it was like the after party kind of ish room that we had only stopped in, so that I could use the restroom, and then like. One of the like after party or girls just like walks into the restroom and has to pick the stall adjacent to mine. And like there's a wall of them, and she's like next to me, and I'm like, we're the only ones in there, I'm pretty sure. And I was just like, that's it, it's done. I just pull up my pants, walk out of the bathroom. All right, let's go. Like,
wait, did you at least wipe?
I didn't start.
Oh,
I like literally
shit.
no, like close the door, sit down, and then I hear like a girl's voice, like, "Hi, it's fine, no one's here. I'll be really quick."
It's no.
It would have been funny if David just
And I
puts
was
up
like-
his feet like on the fucking door.
And then just let it go, like just so she doesn't know which stall it's from. That's it, just feet against the walls, and then
She looks for feet. There's no feet.
Yeah,
There's just
dude.
sound of shitting.
yeah, and the rancid smell that I'm sure would have followed.
She's
like,
probably like, "Fuck, is that coming from me?" Like if you had your feet
oh
up and
god.
shit.
So yeah.
So this guy, okay, walks in. The guy, this Mexican painter guy, walks out. Doesn't speak any English. I didn't talk to him, but I can just tell. Anyway, so he walks out. he walks out. That guy literally like brushes like the second that door open. No, it's like when the guy walks into the elevator when not everybody's gotten out. The guy did that with the stall. Like literally, the guy's like
Whoa.
trying to get out, and he's like, "Let me get in there." I can hear him like you can literally hear and visualize the sound effects like belt undone, undoes the zipper. I see the pants at the ankles. You can hear him sit down. Like waterfalls are going like that quick.
Oh my god.
That quick. Okay. And I'm like, great. And the guy in the handicap stall is reading text messages. I guarantee it. Because he's just sitting there. So I'm like,
Yeah.
right away, I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to follow this guy up like right now. So then, yeah, boom. Done. Deal. Like quick. That carpenter guy leaves. I have to follow right in there. That seat is warm, bro. Warm. That thing hasn't seen daylight all day because it's been just ass cheek. So I sit down, do my thing, whatever, yada, yada, yada. I go for it. Anyways, the next day I go in there, right? And I'm in there. One guy comes in and doesn't check. There's only the two stalls, so he doesn't check my stall. He just goes right into the handicap and just starts going. I don't think he saw me, so he's going in there. And I notice I'm like, he's not going. He's just, I don't know why. I'm like, there's nothing else to pay attention to. So I'm like, he's just sitting there,
Yeah.
right? And then this other guy comes in and just is like, I don't know if he uses the urinal or whatever just to wash his hands or whatever. But while that guy's in there, I get out of the urinal. So now it's both of us at the sink. Okay. And that other guy that walked in is sitting in the other stall is just sitting there. Now I'm still like washing my hands. But for some reason, I remember I like looked at my phone or something. And so no water's running, like nothing. I'm just staying there silent. And then the other guy that would just wash his hands walks out. and you hear the door close, and the second the door closes, that guy in the other stall just lets loose. So he thinks nobody's in there.
Yeah.
And he just
Oh my
lets
God.
loose. And I go, and it just dawns on you like that guy was waiting, just sitting there holding it, like waiting for everybody to leave, like fucking her, everybody leave. And then like
Just happened to perfectly line up.
I didn't need to, but I just turned on the sink, and he was like, "Oh, dude, everybody, there's still somebody in here." You know what I mean? Just to like, just to make him feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's a
He
power
literally could have
move
just
right
like
there.
walked out. He would have heard the door like, oh shit, someone's in it. But you're like, nah,
Mhm.
I'm gonna stay here
yeah.
and then turn on the fucking sink.
Yep.
Like to bask in his.
That's a power.
Just-
that's
just
a power move. For
like,
that is a big power.
Your
move.
judgment has undergone
you
some
chose
improvements.
poorly.
Yeah. All right, guys. The cameras are running out. Is there anything you want to say before we end this?
It was fun.
Yeah, no,
I had a
thanks for
good
having
time.
me.
Oh, yeah,
I will
that's-
do this.
You guys
Anytime
are.
you're welcome. to
Yeah,
have
you're
me.
welcome
Yeah, dude.
anytime, dude. It makes a conversation into something bigger. So I like it.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys coming on. We are out. All right.
All right.
Later.
Take care,
Have a
everybody.
good one.